Hello and welcome to Venture Café Presents. I'm Christine Dunn, and joining me here at the Roxbury Innovation Center is Sarah Boisvert. She has founded the Fab Lab Hub, which is teaming up with the Roxbury Innovation Center now. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to found this organization.
I came from the laser manufacturing industry, and so I was really familiar with lasers and 3D printing and those kinds of technologies. And when I sold my company, I retired, and people were wanting to start these makerspaces, of which there's a lot now in the world. There's a big movement for people making things in these digital fabrication laboratories. And people were asking me to help them, and it turns out they needed a lot of help. So it was a good vehicle for me to have a way to help people with funding, and to help, most of them were nonprofits, not all, but to help them with many aspects of putting a makerspace together. And I had a connection to MIT because we had built equipment for MIT over the years, and so I was familiar with the MIT Fab Lab model, which is a model where we have many kinds of digital fabrication, and we are open access and open source pretty much. So we have almost 1,000 Fab Labs throughout the world, and the power of that network is the people and the connections and being able to have that relationship with MIT.
Mm-hmm.
So
when you're designing those spaces, what are some of the elements that you found create an effective makerspace?
It depends upon the need of the community. So, for example, the Roxbury Innovation Center is in a community that's particularly looking for starting businesses and assisting in entrepreneurship and those kinds of things. Some of the Fab Labs are in museums, which are very community-based. Some are in schools. There's one at an architectural college in Barcelona. There's one at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. Some of them are in community colleges. So my company had a strong relationship with the Fab Lab in Baltimore, which was about a mile away, and we did a lot of workforce development through that Fab Lab. So each lab is different and reflects the needs of the community.
I noticed that you do a lot around STEM education, and what's your hope in terms of how Fab Labs can help to promote STEM education moving forward?
Well, I think that I particularly like seeing the STEM integrated into the whole curriculum. And when you have something like a history lesson where you're looking at what were houses like in the Middle Ages, for example, and you can find photographs or you can find designs and then 3D print them. The kids who are studying history who claim that they don't like math and science, are getting this exposure because in order to make that village or that house, they really have to use the math and science skills. Or the artist, we do a lot of work with artists and jewelry designers. So a jewelry designer would design something that we then would make a mold, and then they would have it made in gold or silver. So I think my hope is that people, and particularly young people, would get beyond thinking in these silos and really realizing that math and science is what enables us to do all the other things we do, like music and art.
Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. For the Venture Café Presents, I'm Christine Dunn.